Hello, baby, hello. Haven't seen your face for a while. Have you quit doing time for me? Or are you still the same spoiled child? Hello, I said hello. Is this the only place you thought to go? Am I the only man you ever had? Or am I just the last surviving friend that you know? Harmony and me, pretty good company. Looking for my love in our boat upon the sea. Harmony, gee, I really love you, and I wanna love you forever. Dream of the never, never, never leaving harmony. Hello, baby, hello. Open your heart and let your feelings flow. You're not unlucky knowing me. Keeping the speed real slow. In any case, I say at my own pace by stealing the show. Say hello, hello. Oh, honey, honey. Well, sometimes we make good company. Look for another in our boat upon the sea. Harmony, gee, I really love you, and I wanna love you forever. Dream of the never, never, never leaving harmony. Never leaving harmony. So no cause is separate from existence, and that when you're of God, there's this timeless attribute to the whole equation, right? And so to have my mother murdered like this in Winnipeg by the Winnipeg Police Department, how do you react? You know, the Winnipeg Police Department figure they can't get arrested to face, I want them formally executed for murdering my mother. But they figure so far they're as satanic, there's no authority here commanded by our fair say. So they're murdering the poor, which included my mother, my poor mother. And, you know, there's a harmony to existence, and those rhythms aren't necessity. There isn't a necessity that those rhythms are bound by linearity. So I'm kind of pissed off about the whole thing, and you would be too. But getting angry, you know, I've been at this for decades. My history from your vantage, if you're not familiar who I am, and you should be, when you were fucking 6 years old, you should have, if you're a younger person, get on the internet. I'm the most prolific author in the history of life, the history of humanity. Nobody's written more than I, and that's just because I'm on the internet in so many millions and millions of times. And yet no American talk radio host wants to hear my views, man. Why do you think that might be? Do you think it's because they think I'm lying? Or do you think it's because they're lying? They don't put the time in to actually truly care for our circumstance. They're just looking for a way to rob our humanity further because they think it's profitable. There's no risk in warring for Obama and his lies to say without a care that we're not going to stop Obama from warring democracies with Saudi Arabia. You know, the right-tards, they say they don't like Obama, but they're his biggest whores. Right? Because they don't tell you about all the war crimes he's committed here with Hitler. They bombed Libya 68,000 times, murdering an easy million people, probably even more. Just indiscriminately slaughtered the civilian population as their exclusive targets. The only one place they didn't hit was Al Qaeda headquarters, as all prearranged beforehand. And it's in the UN Declaration, the no-fly zone. It's in there directly that they will go to war against anybody who thinks they can try to form a government of we the people. Anybody who tries to get fair say, NATO and the UN will oppose. In the no-fly zone, how do you think Obama can bomb a country under a no-fly zone where you're saying the entire UN world body politic will defend the civilian masses in Libya with a no-fly zone, so military aircraft can't fly over. And as soon as they pass that, I'm there in history saying Gaddafi has no air force. The one aircraft they have it's like a museum piece. They don't have any military whatsoever. No federal government. But they go in there and just bomb all the civilians. There's no military. All he had was private mercenaries beefing up to go against Al Qaeda. He was making successful inroads in that way. There was a guy who was working for, I can't remember his name, but I remember it now. I just can't recall his name, but I could look it up. This one guy who was torturing people for Blackwater by somehow affiliate. He's found out later when they're trying to overthrow the government. He's one of the guys that say, "Oh, pick me," because he was working with Americans torturing people in Libya, and Gaddafi caught him, but he didn't execute him. You see, that's why I take that position right to every American's grave, if need be. The torturers need to be formally executed instantly. They don't deserve to live. And it's that way in all of recorded history, that they're always the bad guys, right? They're always these right-tards, this fucking, and they're always so wealthy. You see, the right-tard, that demon fucking witch, right? She's a millionaire. She's so popular on YouTube being a fucking nigger hater. She goes, "Oh, I'm not racist," just like Alex Jones. He's not a racist. He's spoken of the bullets going through the spines of 2 innocent black men as the sound of liberty. Right? And he'll say, "Yeah, I did say that, but they deserved it. But they're innocent." And I will argue that case and win it. But I'm not going to bother you to know that this is their mind. I'm not a racist, but everybody whose Black Lives Matter is a bad person for bringing attention to the fact that disproportionate black men are felt their lives aren't as worthy as someone else's. And people are getting away with wholesale murder, cold-blooded murder on American territory. You say he's because he's a cop. I think if a cop commits murder, it should die more quickly than anybody else. When cops in America commit murder, they need to be executed by the entire city. Everybody needs to load a gun and go after it and put it in its grave. Only the one cop who's guilty of murder, right? But when they do like the city of Winnipeg, they say no laws will be applied. We're not doing anything fair here. What do we do then? I'm looking for suggestions. What do you think we should do? I've been to national security, the National Security of Canada on this matter twice. They say they can't do anything. Well, who's running things, man? I spoke to Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of our entire nation, and Justin Trudeau knows this. You know what his response is? He can't do anything either. So all I can figure is people are being draconian in fear of a threat of which involves a lot of murder victims. Here in only the city of Winnipeg, they've murdered at least 10,000 people. The nurses punched the elderly out in the face. The bodies of the victims are all covered in bruises. It's like you're living in some kind of horror movie from the 1920s or something. Like it's like the psycho stories we've heard as of reality, and we think, oh, that was in the 1800s or somewhere way back in when? The 1970s, the 1980s? They're still giving people AZT to kill them. They know it's first-degree murder. It's been first-degree murder since 1998. They've murdered tens of millions of innocent Americans. When you go to the Health Science Center where they beat up the elderly, torture you, and murder you, thousands of victims, when you go there, you're going to, as I couldn't even believe this was truly happening. But they're all united as sadistic, ungodly, evil, man. They have no concern about any patient. They're here to kill people, to torture you. All these patients need medications. They say, no, we're not giving you the medications you need. We're suffocating you. Go listen to the audios and the videos I have recorded of these witches, man. So wicked evil. I catch them trying to commit murder. And then one of the nurses going, we can't ever let somebody try to do that again. Never. We have to get, she's talking to the head nurse about how they can never allow this to transpire where somebody can interrupt them while they're suffocating a patient. You can't let that happen. Fuck. And they're all united, all the nurses in this ward called Comfort Care. And fuck, you don't care. to know that all you got to do is phone the cops yourself. They're going to say, yeah, no, we don't investigate those kind of murders. What are you going to do about it, Canada? You know, it's kind of silly. In one sense, it's really wicked evil. They're really stealing innocent lives. And in another sense, they're going to be destroyed so quickly by we, the people of this city, of this society, of this species. It's just, how do we go about nabbing them so they face fair public trials for quick fucking deaths, man? You know, they're these doctors, Dr. Chiswick, Dr. Collister, on the day they murder my mother, I have them recorded. My mother and me, because she's ready. We're about ready to fucking escape this fucking hell. Oh, what the fuck? Right? And I have it recorded. She doesn't want any poisons. I don't want you to give her any poisons. We don't want any of your fucking poisons. And I get the doctors to promise this. Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, we won't give her any poisons. Right? And I step out for a couple minutes and they're just fucking jabbing her with the needles as they're murdering everybody in this ward. And Nurse Colette says, yeah, your mom asked for it. And I have that recorded, her saying that. Your mom asked for it. I have that recorded. It's in the archive, the evidence archive. Your mother asked for it. This fucking demon fucking cunt who murders my mom. And her partner Delaney punching my mom in the face. I'm calling the cops. No, we're not going down there. That's not something we do here, Mike says, ever. And if you've got a problem with that, Canada, Mike wants to take you in a private room and talk about it. Him and us. But listen, the reason they get away with this is the disadvantage we have at communicating on this level. I'm trying to tell you, but the structure of the language of how it doesn't matter what language we spoke, but it's just the linearity of it. The horror of it is hard to express to you, but to know, I'm telling you the truth. I'm facing doom now. I've run completely out of money, and it's rough. I'm gonna hit the road tomorrow and try to earn some dollars somewhere. I don't know. So it's not looking so good right now for the one and only. But I just want justice for my recently murdered mom and all these other people that had their family members murdered. They're taking the poor off the streets and murdering them at Health Science Center, 4th floor. Dr. Chiswick, Dr. Collister, Nurse Delaney, and Colette. They're punching people out, fuck. The whole place is fucking psychotic. They're all fucking crazy. There's like 2 people there that are fighting these forces in a sense. They're just trying to cope with the reality. But they seem to be living in a lot of fear too, just like everybody else. So I imagine they probably murdered doctors and nurses. So we want to see if that's something to suspect. I don't know. I know there's more than 10,000 victims of the elderly and as poor here in the city of Winnipeg, and some of the young too. That's most for sure. But the newspaper's complicit because they've always been called by these families with their murdered families, and they're not doing anything. And so they intimidate. Everybody's into this. Well, either they cow in fear, or like Mike, he's gonna fucking do something to us, take us all to a private room. Like he admits that he never had any intention on saving my mom when she was being beaten and tortured, and he tells me this, right? Because I'd been there 7 times, and after she's dead, he just lets it all out. Says never had any intention. All that time I wasted conning you to have you believe we were going to head somebody out there to take a look at what you were saying. No, your mom's dead. You know, after my mom's dead, he lets me know. He needs to be fucking executed. He's complicit directly in the murder of my very own beloved mother and admits to it. Mike, the Winnipeg police officer, needs to be brought into custody to face very quick sentencing for public execution. We'll execute him in the center of Portage in Maine, just so everybody knows what's going on. Because the newspaper hasn't been here to defend our lives for years and years. They take you against your will. You go into the hospital, got to stub my toe. No, we're going to suffocate you now, and we're taking away all your medications. There's nothing you can do. Call the cops. They're not coming. Call Justin Trudeau. Get Justin Trudeau on the phone like King Johnny did. And Justin Trudeau will tell you, just like he did with the one and only King Johnny, there's nothing he can do either. Somebody's murdering not only the poor, I would suspect. So I would ask President Trump to fucking get the GIs ready. I'm gonna head a battalion or something. We're gonna take these fuckers into custody. We're going to assist in honorable Winnipeg police officers. They're fucking mass murdering the poor, and they don't deny it. It's fucking it's so crazy. That's how they've gotten away with it for 7 years. It's so fucking crazy. I couldn't fucking believe it. How can all these people in this entire war? The whole hospital has to be partially involved here. All the doctors that work there, and especially the students. Like, what are they teaching in the classes, right? It's all about hurting fucking people there. I'm telling you, I'm not fucking lying. Go listen to the audio recordings of me speaking to the chief medical examiner here in the province of Manitoba, clarifying and making clear his position is exactly what I say. There's no autopsies allowed in the entire province, probably all across Canada. They're not, but they put in this thing called an autopsy, but that's not an autopsy. So I'm talking to the heads of all these hospitals, the heads of the pathology departments. These guys went to university. I read a textbook 18 years ago or something. I'm going, where's the autopsy? Yeah, we do an autopsy. Well, you're not doing toxicology. You're not determining cause of death. Where are the studies to determine cause? Oh, we don't do that. That's not allowed. So these are what the heads of these the guys who deal with corpses are telling me, who are responsible for doing autopsies, but they're not allowed to determine cause of death. They're complicit, and they know they're complicit. Go listen to me talk to them on the phone. They know that I know, right? And they know that you don't know, and they suspect, those that haven't heard from me yet, they suspect you'll never know. And so that's what you get in their character. Like they kept talking to me in contempt. Like I was, so unworthy in some ways. Your character depiction of who you think I am is fucked up, man. The Dr. Chiswick, the first moment we met her, she was so rude, and then she yelled at me in front of all the other employees. But it was a sadistic position where she's like, "What the fuck? Why would you even talk like that?" And all I've been is. I had only confirmed with her what the doctor who just left my mom's care had been ordered by us, and she had to concur. But no, in fact, they say the doctor has the say above the patient, and no matter what your mom says or you say, it doesn't matter. So this is what Mike tells at the police desk. But no, that's not the case. Right? We didn't sign for nothing. This is how they've murdered thousands of people here, because they won't, how they get away with it too, is no police officer actually ever can look at the scene. Right? They won't allow a complaint of murder to be put into an investigation. Right? That's, you charge them with obstruction of justice and then chop their heads off. Right? It's complicity, it's being complicit in murder. He knows that through the entire thing. He knows when my mom's being tortured, when she's being beaten, and then when she's murdered. And he tells me after she's dead that he never had any intention on ever allowing anybody from, homicide to ever look over the case. No way. We don't allow that here. I'm not allowing that. And if you've got a problem, you got to go talk to Mike about it. In a city of 600, 700,000, a province of 2 million, or 1.8 million or so, 1.6 maybe it is. But all these people, I think maybe it's 1.8 million, are all controlled by the chief medical examiner, who says no autopsies can be done, and there's nothing he can do, and he's not allowed to look at any medical records. And the cops say there is no cops. The College of Registered Doctors and Surgeons, doctors and surgeons say they will not investigate any allegations of criminality. And the College of Registered Nurses, after I told them Delaney's punching my mom out, did nothing. They did nothing. All they did was get Delaney away from my mom for a month, and they never told me what was going on. But the day my mom is murdered is the day Delaney comes back into the room, and it's with Dr. Chiswick and Dr. Colster, who's killing fucking 85, if not even more. Almost all the people are being killed by this team of 4 people, it appears. But there's other suspects that have to be looked into. And then they just openly admit, as I'm recording them, that they write the medical record whatever way they see fit. They can do whatever they want. Call the cops. Go ahead. Go call the newspaper. Why don't you try? You're powerless. They claim of all of us. Our entire species are powerless to might, because he's going to take us, all 6 billion plus of us, into a private room to talk to him about it. You got a problem with him not allowing our laws to be enforced in defense of our lives, forsaken innocent victims to his fucking demonic treachery, his treason. That's right. What happened here as the New York sunset disappeared? I found an empty garden among the flagstones there. Who lived here? Must have been a gardener that cared a lot, who weeded out the tears and grew a good crop. Now it all looks strange. It's funny how one insect can damage so much grace. Once it for this little empty garden by the brownstone door, and the cracks along the sidewalk, nothing grows no more. Who lived here? It must have been a gardener that cared a lot, who weeded out the tears and grew a good crop. And we are so amazed, who crippled and wait for days. A gardener like that one, no one can replace. And I've been knocking, but no one answers. I've been knocking most of the day. I have been calling. Hey, Johnny, can't you come out? Can't you come out to play? Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you, folks. We got to get it together and win this for the team of we, fairly speaking. Granting liberty as justice for us means, because that's just how it is. Fair say all the way. Makes everybody a winner. It's not a left-wing, right-wing issue. It's, nobody wants to fall as a crime victim. How about that? Everybody's the same there. See, it's not your left. The right-tards are parasitic. They're just treating everybody unfair, which is themselves. Don't be... I forgot the words to this. Be alright. Go on, fine. Yeah, well. The lyrics I have for this. Oh, so strong, seems so strong. We've lost so many great stars, you know, for these doctors. These doctors are killing everybody. You know, they're fucking killing us, man. Oh, and Trump wants to give fast-track access to new fucking experimental drugs. Fuck, man. He's not qualified. Trump is not qualified. We need a real election. I want to debate Trump. He's an idiot. Doesn't know a damn thing. He's just going right-tarded. Like Alex Jones, right-tarded. Don't have banks pay taxes. It'll be good for the poor. He's already said this, you know. You see, they can't hear me talk. They just continually try to con you for death, loser. Right? been stolen. Trillions. You're the only one feeling to me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just the memory of the face. Yeah, still just die on. Sucks, life does. Some people have it fucking really unfair, such as myself. My whole life is a fucking, you know, when do I ever get to enjoy myself? Just now, just here where I sing in these dreams. There's a few songs now. Okay, now we're set. I feel so bad, I got a worried mind. I'm so lonesome all the time. Since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. Come going back someday, come what may, Blue Bayou. Well, the folks are fine, and the world is mine on Blue Bayou. Where those fishing boats with their sails afloat, if I could only see a familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. Gonna see my baby again. Gonna be with some of my friends. Maybe I feel better again. Blue Bayou. Tell me her health and she's ready for the floor. Oh, Mississippi, she's calling my name. Catfish and jumping like pedal wheel pumping, like what I keep falling on pastures this head. Oh, black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Yeah, keep on shining in your light. Gonna make everything pretty, mama, gonna make everything alright. And I ain't got no worries, 'cause I ain't in no hurry at all. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo. But there is, I don't care, I don't make no difference to me. Just take that streetcar, let's go. I'll be buying everybody drinks all night. Oh yeah, you know it's true. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi, won't you keep on shining on me. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi, won't you keep on shining on me. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi, won't you keep on shining on me. Yeah, keep on shining your light. Gonna make everything gonna make everything alright. And I don't got no worries, 'cause I ain't in no hurry. Come out at night, and when you come, the dark side's light, and the vampires roll. You stretch your extra wear in your suicide poem. Yeah, heading to fucking disaster. No, it's true. Yeah, not much of a mystery there. We've failed to defend ourselves. I'm only begging you to do what's right, and you refuse, no matter what. You're just going to kill yourself. Why not? Do what's right. Why not? Like, why do you refuse? So fucking unbecoming. Fly with me. Yeah, fly with me. Yeah, let's do what's right for ourselves. Benefit everybody, man. Stop these doctors from mass murdering our poor and our famous fucking singers, man. All these singers have been murdered by doctors just about. We gotta look real close at what they're doing, man. I'm telling you. Health Science Center, they're beating up the elderly. They're punching people in the face. Their bodies are covered in black and blue. They're torturing people to death. The fucking whole hospital. Fucking wicked evil. Chopping people's legs and arms off all over the place. Oh, you got diabetes. Fuck, they're just chopping people's legs off. They don't look at, they're fucking denying you the medications you need while poisoning you to die. They murdered my mother. Oh, fuck. Tell myself that I was doing alright, yeah. Nothing to do tonight. I'm crazy. Yeah, crazy on you. Alright, I've been talking for far too long here. I gotta get to work, man. You got a job offer here for me in Winnipeg. Send me an email, johnnyforpresident@gmail.com. If you know, it's a real shame that people don't want to hear what I have to say on all these major crime scenes. I explain 9/11, Sandy Hook, the Boston bombing, who's responsible. And I show you that Alex Jones is your enemy. You keep saying globalist, who's that? That's God. It's Christian Jews. He's denying you the privilege of understanding yourself by looking at who the suspects are by following the evidence trail. And you don't like that? You don't like to know? You'd rather die for lies? How do you explain that kind of shit? I don't think you can. It's crying in pain. What you gonna do when everybody's the same? Everybody's afraid of wonder, and they're so afraid of you. You know, what are you gonna do? I don't know, I'm gonna be homeless like a die in days, but, because nobody will extend me a couple of dollars or hire me. I bring quite an energy vibe to festivities. It's good news, man. I'm telling you, I only will fair say the newspaper is murdering the poor. They're stealing all our lottery winnings, man. It's a fact. Yeah, but I don't want to believe that. Well, I'm not asking you to be honorable. You're going to have to do that on your own. Stand Together or Don't. It's a paper I wrote how the Winnipeg Free Press steals about 80% of our lottery winnings. It's supposed to be going to those of the poor getting rooked here. Instead, it goes to the Winnipeg Free Press. They steal our money and our lives. Winnipeg Free Press, CGOB. They're here to kill we. That's you in Timbuktu, too. All for one, man. They kill innocent people, they just assume killing your family. Of a society you're not separate from. We want justice on 9/11, Sandy Hook, the Boston bombing, the return of our stolen trillions. Don't be stupid. I want to debate Trump. He's not the president yet. We haven't even had the election. Popular vote is not how it's counted. It's by college electorate, and they haven't cast their ballots yet. So how can you say how many are voting if it hasn't taken place yet? Where are you people? You know, why do we have to be so stupid? Let me get a show on CNN. Why don't you offer me a job at CNN? CNN, I sure could use the money. I'll broadcast here from Winnipeg. I'll be the Winnipeg guy. Every time when I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by, yeah, like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Well, everybody's got the dues in life to pay. So, spread the good news. Help people John's in the house. Johnny's in the house. Hey, isn't that cool? Fucking A. So yeah, I keep on falling, baby. Can't help it. There's no absolute, eh? So God ends up taking the blame for everything as it is, but I'm still not fucking happy. Right? That's why we get the biblical scriptures. You know, everything's God's fault. Fuck. Love ya. And our failures to communicate. Sometimes I feel good, yeah. Times I feel you. I can do magic card tricks. I'll want to do a couple card tricks. So maybe I'll do a card trick next video if I'm still alive. Fuck. If I'm not homeless living in a fucking garbage can. Because I'm wise and want to help people. This world murdered my mother and is trying to kill me. And, you know, fuck. And in some ways, you know, I do what I can, right? But if all of society can't care for innocent people being murdered in the hospitals and being poisoned with these vaccinations, you're going to be done for, my friends or folks. Maybe you don't like me. Support my cause anyway, because it's your life on the line included, man. To fucking mass murdering people. They're because we can't find the words, like, how do I get people to know it's so serious? Like, they get away from us like this, as satanic, because you don't have a commitment to being honorable and as fair and free in defense of we, of which I have my life given to, and now you forsake me as well. I think you better think this over. But don't take too fucking long. People are being fucking killed there every fucking day. Okay, so help us out. Fuck, please. Fuck, come on. Jesus, fuck.